Mustangs, baby. The epitome of American muscle, the car that supercharged the muscle car revolution, and the vehicle that is still tearing up the roads today. I own a Mustang. Team Mustang, baby! I freaking love Mustangs. But of course, I'm not alone, and millions of Mustangs have hit the road over the past 5 decades. Of course, it all started when Ford was struggling to sell cars in the early 1960s.
And under that long, straight Edsel hood, you'll find the newest V8 engines in the world.
The Edsel brand was a complete failure. I wonder why.
Remember, driving an Edsel is an experience no man should miss.
It was a colossal mistake, and Ford Motor Company killed it off in 1960. They lost $250 million on the project. In today's money, that's over $2 billion. See, the problem was Ford lost their audience. Baby boomers weren't interested in big, bulky cars with huge engines anymore. The 60s brought a counterculture movement, and that included cars. World War II vets saw the compact sports cars of Europe and wanted the American version of that. Teenagers wanted a car that they could connect with, and women were getting jobs en masse and wanted a sexy, strong, independent vehicle that matched their new accomplishments. But there was zip, nilch, nada, anywhere to be seen. One man knew what the American auto industry was missing out on, and that man was Lee Iacocca. Originally an engineer at Ford, Iacocca found success in Ford's sales and marketing department and quickly became the general manager of product development. So Iacocca had this vision for a compact, affordable sports car, right? But Ford wasn't taking any risks at the time. They were still reeling from the impact of the Edsel project failure. Iacocca wanted full reign over the creation of this vehicle, and there was no way Iacocca could pull this off without first doing it in secret and then pitching the concept to Henry Ford II after all the research and development was already done. So Iacocca formed a coalition of Ford designers, engineers, and artists from all across the company to meet in secret after the day shift to work on this secret project. The project would be named the Mustang. Artist Phil Clark had seen horses galloping on his drive to California and sketched what would be known as the Mustang emblem we see today. A horse galloping on a red, white, and blue stripe. Like this. This one fell off my Mustang. Executive stylist John Najjar liked the Mustang P-51 fighter planes of World War II, and the two ideas were joined into one: the galloping Mustang horse. The team put together the first concept car, the Mustang I. This was a 2-seater mid-engine roadster with a V4 German Ford motor. The car was driven and premiered at United States Grand Prix in Watkins Glen, New York on October 7, 1962. It was driven by Dan Gurney, and the car set lap times just shy of the F1 cars of the era. There was a genius in showing off this car like this. See, Iacocca had absolutely no goal of ever actually developing a mid-engine roadster for production. He knew a mid-engine roadster would never sell, but it did build an incredible amount of hype. Sound familiar, Elon Musk? What Iacocca actually had in mind was a 4-seater front-engine coupe. They had to use an existing platform because they were given such a low development budget from Ford. So they used the Falcon platform because it was a good compact base to start with. They built even more hype among the company by putting out an invitation to submit designs for the car. However, the design that was already chosen was a body style much like the classic Mustang shape we know today. That was created by Gale Halderman, a lead designer at Ford. The version of the Mustang we know today was pitched to the suits at Ford. Even though they had approved the production version of the design, Iacocca wasn't finished yet. He employed even more marketing strategies to put the concept version out there and test the waters. This generated even more hype for the car, even though the production car had already been designed and sent to manufacturing. Then came time to finally release the actual car to the public. But Iacocca decided he would debut the car early in the spring instead of in the fall, when the auto industry normally releases their new cars. This would ensure that there would be no competition for the limelight, and the advertising space was Ford's for the taking. The Mustang debuted at the New York World's Fair on April 17, 1964. The day before that, however, Ford bought ads in thousands of newspapers and television networks showing the same exact ad to everybody across the country. This set the stage for the Mustang craze that was about to rock the nation. But Ford also wanted the Mustang to be a true muscle car, not just Miss Daisy's daily driver. They made a deal with the famed Carroll Shelby and sent him a bunch of 65 fastback GTs to modify. Shelby built the GT350, a 300 horsepower race car that was sold to the public. It had an upgraded 289 engine with a big ol' Holley carburetor, improved suspension, and larger brakes. The car was also lighter thanks to a deleted back seat, no AC, and no radio. It was Shelby's own genius that made him the father of modified Mustangs, and that tradition for turning pony cars into muscle cars carries on today. Just look at some of the Mustangs we've given away at RestoMods. The 1965 Mustang Fastback that Jason won was a beast. It was a beast, I tell ya. It had a swapped Fox Body 5.0, upgraded front disc brakes, and a stiffer suspension. The 67 Mustang Fastback that Heather won was an even bigger beast, with a factory 390 engine and Wilwood disc brakes all around, a sporty aftermarket suspension, and a fiberglass body kit. There's nothing quite like driving a beefed up Mustang. It's powerful but still light on its feet and corners well. If you don't believe that the Mustang was one of the best American muscle cars ever built, just look at how much the Mustang changed how modern muscle cars are built today. The Camaro, Chevy's answer to the Mustang in 1967, and the Corvette are the only Chevy muscle cars still in production today. Those are compact muscle cars. Dodge still makes a Charger, but it's a four-door sedan now, not a large-bodied coupe like it was in the past. They have the Challenger, but that was also a more compact muscle car built to rival the Mustang back in the day. Find me a muscle car that is still in production, that still has the huge body proportions of the 50s, 60s, and even 70s. The Mustang became the most demanded car in America, and its impact created a whole new class of vehicle appropriately named the pony car. The revolution that Lee Iacocca started is a big reason why the Mustang still sells today, and it's the 4th longest running American car nameplate of all time. Whew, that was a lot. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit the bell, and come back next time. We're gonna take a look at the next generation of Mustangs that really took the pony car to the next level.